One is apparently 4 years ago when I was up here for my friend Bill Beck, I set a time record, and my good buddy Steve Warden now has started the stopwatch, so we'll try to do that. I'm a little nervous by the fact that the last time that I was asked to get behind a microphone for Chuck and Diane, I almost got excommunicated, so that is a little bit nerving. But I think the thing that makes me the most nervous is something I discovered when I got this invitation to come up here this afternoon. Y'all let Inninger handle the money? And you just talked about the survival of the organization. That's going to be an interesting thing to put together. I'm honored to be here, it's great to see familiar faces that I haven't seen in such a long period of time, and people who were my contemporaries when I was in the business who just did great things. You know, Art Salzberg is, he joins now Hang On Sloopy and Wick's Pies as the best things ever to come out of Winchester. But Art and Dean, I'm not sure how many people are aware of this, but Art and Dean made sports talk radio a thing even before WFAN put sports radio on the map so long ago. They were doing it before anybody else was doing it, and I'm still amazed of the impact that they had. And my good friend Rita Price, I've been in a lot of bleachers with Rita, and Rita was diversity before diversity was cool. And you've always been special to me, Rita, and I'm glad to see you being introduced as well. But the task at hand is Chuck Freeby. You can read about Chuck's professional things that are in there in the bulletin, and I just want to share a couple personal notes, if you would allow me. Chuck Freeby is one of my personal heroes. He is my hero as a faithful son, Gene. What an amazing relationship you've had down through the years with your boy. And he's my hero as a loving husband. I still can close my eyes and see the first dance in Chicago with Chuck and Diane as husband and wife. And through the years, they have been a role model of what it means to be dedicated to each other in South Bend and in our area, to be husband and wife. He's my hero as a devoted father, and some of his children are here, and I'll allow him the opportunity to introduce them. But following the family growing up has just been terrific. And in this industry, some people have already hinted at it, that it's sometimes difficult to balance family life and work life. I've never watched anybody do it better than my friend Chuck Freeby. And he's, of course, a hero as a community leader. What Chuck has done in the South Bend Elkhart community and in northern Indiana is second to nobody, and we're appreciative of that. So when I was trying to put some kind of a metaphor together, I thought, okay, what kind of hero should we talk about? And I quickly discounted the DC comic heroes because even Diane doesn't want to see him in spandex. And so as I was going through the possible list, Chuck Freeby is George Bailey from It's a Wonderful Life. You see, my first memories of Chuck Freeby was when he was the self-appointed play-by-play guy down by the river at FOP Ballpark, and he was calling games for 9-year-olds who were playing. And he became a press box voice at Rice Field for Elkhart Memorial and Elkhart Central. He became my right-hand man when I first got back into radio in 1985. And all of us everywhere thought Chuck would live his dreams and he would be the next Bob Costas or the next Vin Scully. But like George Bailey, life came along and those dreams had to take second place. And so all of us who believed that Chuck would live different dreams got to see him do other things. Marriage and children. Standing by mom when dad passed away. A family that has included a special needs child who is indeed very special. Forget Pete Buttigieg. Young Mr. Freeby is the mayor of South Bend. And then most recently, coaching a warrior who kicked the crap out of cancer. Very good for you. And so much like the George Bailey and It's a Wonderful Life story, when we tally up what Chuck has done, we could add a lot of things that Chuck may have been able to do had he followed his dream. But nothing will come close to what he's done to make one of my favorite scriptures come alive, John 15:13. Greater love has no one than this, that he lays down his life for his friends. Chuck's a heck of a broadcaster. He's been a great anchor, a great play-by-play guy. He's been a terrific mentor to tons of young sportscasters in northern Indiana. But I've watched him lay down his own dreams over the last 20 or 30 years to live greater dreams and help others live theirs. So please welcome my friend, Chuck Freeby.